Because they didn't know that. Because I
just doesn't know anything about this.
No, so you were invited because.
So what happened right now is Mike from PA basically just got challenged on his claim in the original tweet. He was 100% wrong, so he tried to pivot out of it to the feminism weird stuff. Then he claims that it was a video from a year ago, and he props up this one YouTube video. Oh, that was only 11 months ago, but he didn't even watch that video. That video was him debunking his old points.
Please?
No, we should hang out.
No, I'm afraid you would punch my couch. Okay, so click, please.
I'd punch something. No, so let me ask
Mike,
you. So
I'm begging you.
Wait, he'd
I'm
punch
on my
something?
knees.
What does
I'm
that
on my
mean?
hands and
Wait,
knees
what?
begging you to click this clip.
I wouldn't, as a politician, say ACAB, and no politicians are saying that.
I just want to be clear. The reason why they've moved on from the major claims made against Hunter Avallone with grifting, or that he was being transphobic in 2019 speech, or this video or that video being this, like the video we talked about from 11 months ago, is because basically it seemed like Mike from PA didn't do a ton of actual research when it comes to what happened at 2019 speech, what that video from 11 months ago represented, or really the history of Hunter Avallone generally. And so they've moved on to talking about this because there's not more to really discuss there because it's over. Or the flag burning comments on Twitter, which was completely disingenuous. So now they've moved on to this because there's nothing left to discuss when it comes to that. Hunter was just, I mean, right, overwhelmingly.
Hello.
Well, guess we're doing this now. Why not, man? Why not? Are we talking about the Haiti thing today? We are. We will. It'll probably be later in the stream, though, like near the end.
Oh, yo, what's up?
Hello.
Hello, Mike from PA. You know how long I wanted to ask you what a Tiff is? And now I'm finally here able to talk to you and ask you to your face.
I think you're going to go with Vouch community memes. Do you really want to know? I mean,
no, I'm not. No. I'm not going to go with. No, I'm not going to go with Vouch community memes. I'm more interested in what.
By the way,
I'm more interested if you did any research at all before making that little stream segment on me.
Oh God.
It was some of the most poorly researched content I think I'd ever seen.
Like the video you made against me, Hunter.
Some of what you said was just so entirely factually incorrect.
Factually incorrect.
Yeah. So, for example, what do you think my?
Hold on.
Wait. What do you think?
Do you think I could get in there as a moderator?
Was about?
Do you think I could get in there as a moderator?
You start yelling about whatever slight you feel
occurred.
You've been slighted. Could you, for the audience, explain kind of what you think your politics is today?
I consider myself kind of a social democrat.
So when you say social democrat, do you mean the traditional definition of it that you'll find on Wikipedia, which is a socialist who believes in a democratic transition?
No, when I say social democrat, I mean like I want like stronger social safety nets, but I think we can still work within our current
like
system.
A social liberal or like a liberal?
Maybe more of a liberal. Yeah, I guess I would consider myself more of a social democrat or I guess centrist.
Would you say you're fixed?
But I'm not. Hold on. I'm not interested in talking about my positions here because.
Wait. What do you mean? This is what this is about.
No, it's not. It's about the fact that you made a segment on me.
You're saying you've changed and you should get a benefit of the doubt.
Oh, God.
Wait. There we go again. You're lying already. When did I say I should have a benefit of the doubt? This is what I mean is why you don't know about me. I don't think you understand who I am.
See, they need a moderator. They need someone to establish a back and forth.
Clear it up for misapprehension of the audience. I think a lot of your
Can I turn it up? I'll try, but
on the alt-right
hard.
And who transitioned to.
Was he in the alt-right or just like the far right online?
Already in this conversation,
like, I do think there's a distinct difference.
Now you're social liberal.
No, stop. Okay, no. You're already being super bad faith, and I don't appreciate this. Okay, so we're gonna go through the claims you made directly about me.
All I asked you, Hunter. All I asked you was what your positions are.
By the standards of the way that we define what a social democrat is,
you gotta get to the claims. You gotta go by these things one by one.
That's why I tell people in a general, in an American sense, I am a social democrat. On an online sense, I would be more of a centrist. That's what I've said, and I've said that consistently. But we're not here to talk about that right now. We're first going to talk about your segment. We're going to go through it a little bit and talk about some of these things. The first thing being, you've said multiple times that my speech at Penn State was on transgender people, attacking transgender individuals.
That's not what I said. I said
you didn't say that.
If you can read what I said in the tweet, and I'll read it out loud for everybody, is that you were with Turning Points USA. You were going to Turning Points USA stuff as recently as 2019.
What do you think my speech was about then?
And you guys were discussing deplatforming, and they had a conspiracy theory about deplatforming, and you said, well, I don't think that the right is unfairly targeted. Which, to give you
Did you know that when you made the
were
segment?
Right. But that's not...
Wait, did you know that when you made the segment on me, though?
That doesn't change significantly anything I'm saying.
Yes, it does. No, I'm not.
Let me go look at the tweet. Let me go look at the tweet.
Dishonest
I gotta look
right
at the tweet. I gotta go look at the tweet.
The far right, as recently as 2019, and you were
No,
making
that's wrong.
anti-left-wing videos. I went and looked at your catalog because I've been told you've changed, and within the last year, you have a whole catalog of anti-leftist, anti-feminist, all sorts of.
This snake was literally at a
Gamergate-esque content. You know, attacking.
This snake was literally at Turning Point USA events at the end of 2019, attacking transgender people. That is what the tweet says. It doesn't have anything to do with platforming or anything like this.
Weren't
monetized, so there's that.
They were limited monetization. We just saw it earlier on your show that they were in fact monetized, but Google and YouTube.
No, I demonetized those videos. I turned off the monetization.
One video, but
both
then
of them.
on the other videos that we could see right on this, we could go back to the VOD, and we can look and see that they were limited monetization.
We're already getting so off subject.
When you discuss politics on YouTube, they often demonetize that because a lot of
You're literally saying things back to me that I just said in this segment. It's obvious that you sat here and watched it and then refined what you were going to say. So let me ask you this.
No, you made it.
Is this tweet yours? Did you say this? This snake was literally at a...
Okay, you're actually confronting what I'm actually saying. I'm having trouble dealing with what I'm actually saying, which is you have put out and continue to have harmful content. Maybe you should talk to some of your friends about the anti-feminist stuff. And you saying that you are the... No, see, you're not attacking feminists. You're doing a advanced.
Why are we moving on to that? Let's stay on this point.
True socialist.
We got to stay on this point.
So why
there's a disputed claim about what you tweeted out.
Efforts versus pop feminism, but we've already moved off because you've denied making this claim and you have lied about it, and then you're not letting me actually read your tweet.
I didn't lie anything.
Wait, you just denied. You denied that
this snake was
that you tweeted out. He attacked transgender people.
At the end of 2019, attacking transgender people.
Yeah.
So do you know what my speech at Penn State was about?
He just said that he didn't tweet that.
Were you attacking transgender people in 2019? Yes.
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
This tweet is 100% framed. Like the speech was him attacking transgender people.
And that's why when you tried to search for it on your live stream, because I saw the VOD, you couldn't find it. Because it's been taken down. And if you had actually gone on my channel...
Yeah, but hold on. Was it posted? When was the Truth About Transgenders
in 2016. Posting? At the very beginning of 2016.
Okay. I'm sorry. That's right. You were attacking transgender people. You were being brought in to... So your gotcha is you were not... That video was old. And you made a new video recently about the truth of transgenders.
I've made another video 11 months ago called The Truth About Transgenders.
11 months ago.
Debunking...
So
hold on, wait, you're not letting me finish.
You don't know what that video is him tearing about his old points.
This video was debunking my notorious transgender video, okay? I'm going through explaining why the original video was wrong.
So when would you say you transitioned from being alt-right?
What? Now he's moving off the point because he just got... Oh my god, this is so disingenuous.
Now granted, probably not as well as I could have
Why would he do that?
But I was even defending transgender people back in like the
my ankle it can barely hold it's together. It's being broken as we speak. So much pivoting.
I think your point about that, so you really want to have a debate with me over the exact month where you made a specific about
it's not about
the opposite of it.
It's just that you're lying about me, right? So that's the first thing that I wanted to clear up. Pretty significant.
You're saying that I'm at Penn State attacking transgender people, but that's not true.
But you were invited to Penn State by Turning Points because you were a famous alt-right YouTuber, right?
That's wrong. No, I was invited to TP USA for a censorship event where I then talked about how conservative censorship isn't happening, which led to my massive fallout with the alt-right and got me attacked by people like Mark Dice.
Turning Points USA invite you?
Because they didn't know that.
Mike
because
from
I
PA
had
just doesn't know anything about this.
No, so you were invited because.
So what happened right now is Mike from PA basically just got challenged on his claim in the original tweet. He was 100% wrong, so he tried to pivot out of it to the feminism weird stuff. Then he claims that it was a video from a year ago, and he props up this one YouTube video. Oh, that was only 11 months ago, but he didn't even watch that video. That video was him debunking his old points.
It was in March.
So.
That was publicly, but I was already fighting with the right a ton throughout 2019.
So your problem is that you weren't actually attacking transgender people at that event, but you were attacking transgender people up until basically 2020.
No, again, okay. I stopped my listen. My stances and opinions on trans people started changing more and more behind the scenes, and that's reflective in my content. You can go back to see
credit for something you didn't.
I'm not asking for credit. See how you keep pivoting to that? I'm not asking for credit here. I'm just explaining.
You're saying that I lied about you when I'm
yes, because you said
it's right there.
You
on
said
the screen.
I was at a Turning Point USA event at the end of 2019.
He didn't attack transgender people at that speech.
Your claim there is that at the end of 2019, so very recently, Hunter was attacking trans people. That is your claim, and your claim is wrong. And I think that you should concede that.
Attacking trans people? When did you? I mean, I guess I can go through your fucking entire YouTube catalog.
Why don't you just concede that you were wrong here in this claim?
To be clear, him going through Hunter's catalog right now would be the first time he did any actual research into Hunter Avallone.
Turning Point USA events at the end of 2019.
Attacking trans people.
That's right.
And I didn't attack trans people at that event. The opposite. At that point, by this time, just so you know, by this point, okay, I had made videos attacking anti-vaxxers. I had made videos defending trans people very largely. I had a
anti-vax. Is that a
I was called
right thing?
It's a far right thing. Yeah. Guess what? It lost me a lot of subscribers. I made a video attacking people that were race realists. I made a video going through debunking race realism bullshit. Okay, a lot of the times. Hold on. A lot of the times these videos were marketed in a way that did look offensive from the outside. If you see a video that says the truth about black people, of course that sounds fucking...
I have you here in November 4th, 2019 with transgender kids. It's time to stop. Prepare to be shocked. Today we examine the dangerous push by the left for transgender children to undergo early and irreversible transitioning.
I was talking about some niche. I was talking
October 20. Okay, so I have a video, a picture of you. The event was at October 23rd, 2019, on your YouTube right now.
What Mike is doing here is scrambling because he didn't have the information before to find Hunter Avallone doing anything bad. That's what he's doing. He's scrambling right now to do it because he didn't do it beforehand. He didn't have it beforehand.
That there's this big push by the left to do irreversible transitions of children.
That's actually wrong. In that video, I talk about puberty blockers. That's not true.
In that transphobic.
No, in that what I was doing, okay, as my channel, hold on, as my opinions were developing and changing, I was communicating that in my channel in a way that would be digestible to a more right-wing audience. If you watch that video, you'll see at the end, I actually talk about a good option for treatment oftentimes is puberty blockers. I was talking about these niche situations where there was like I think an actual like experiment done.
Might help Mike if you watch the videos before criticizing for him.
That was before I
He doesn't even watch the videos and he's criticizing him for titles.
And literally.
So you were pushing. So what I'm saying is,
no.
So the thrust of what I was saying. So from my point of view, pushing a dangerous narrative that there's a bunch of leftists out there trying to forcibly transition children is garbage.
That's not what I said. I don't. No, I don't believe that's what I said in that video.
The video is about trying.
How can he claim? How can he claim to know what the video's about? He didn't watch it. He's admitting right now he didn't watch any of this, and he's claiming what it's about by just reading descriptions.
Why don't you understand that you were anti-trans when you were going to Turning Points USA events? Now, this is not me doing a purity test. This is me
yes. First of all, yes, it is. But so that you've moved so far away from the initial claim you made, which was that I was at this event attacking trans people.
Hunter.
No, it isn't.
The claim I made has been fully substantiated.
No, it hasn't been. It hasn't.
You were attacking trans people and you were going to Turning Points USA events.
That's not.
Right.
No.
You didn't attack trans people.
That is not the claim you made. The claim was that you went to this event to attack trans people. It says it right there.
Spreading propaganda that's used against trans people.
First of all, I would have to go back to look through that video, okay? But I know for a fact that that was
buddy.
My
that
dude.
Is what your legacy is.
That's not
now,
even...
guess what?
Hold on.
Guess
no,
what?
Do I get a chance to talk? Do I get a chance to talk?
You haven't let me finish a sentence. Every time I make a sentence, you start talking in the middle.
Every time he makes a sentence, my brain rots.
That I would like you to change. But the first step to rehabilitation and restorative justice is for you to admit that these were harmful, these were dangerous, and they don't represent you anymore.
I would have to go back to look. Hold on.
Every single one of the videos you don't agree with anymore, because that would be a substantial move.
So first of all,
that would be a substantial move for you.
Okay, can I respond now, please, Mike?
You don't believe this anymore.
I know you just want to preach at me, but I also want to respond.
I'm not preaching. I'm giving you.
This is why they need a moderator. They need a moderator.
Give me the list. I'm gonna write it down.
That would be private the videos that publish ideas you don't agree with anymore.
Okay.
That would be the first step.
All right.
The second would be apologize for the bad videos you made. And third, stop making videos attacking feminists, attacking leftists that you don't know, you've never talked to. And
wait, wait, what?
One of your top videos is calling AOC an idiot. The one
Stop making videos attacking left. Dude, I have worked I've worked in left-wing politics. I do left-wing politics, and sometimes I attack leftists if they do bad things. But the bulk of my content, of course, is going after the right.
Go through this.
Yeah, because you want to keep that money rolling. You like that AOC hate money.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to keep that money.
Hey,
what?
Mike, can I talk now, please? Because you gave me a list.
Mike has done a lot of content going after leftists. Now, he would claim they're not leftists, but his thing going after Beau of the Fifth Column. Now, he'll say that it was a good thing to do that, to make that video, because he was holding him to account. Hunter Avallone would say the same thing about any lefty he would go after right now.
My channel of over 20 million views. Now, some of these videos that are still up, that are kind of old, that I might not agree with, are not monetized. And some of these videos that you're pointing to, like the transgender children one, that wasn't that long ago. I would have to look over that video again. But either way, your assertion that I need to private videos, I have done largely. Now, I don't know if you know this, and I'm not saying this to be demeaning, but if I were to just terminate or nuke every video, that would essentially kill my channel even more than it's already been murdered because I moved away from the right.
Okay, so your concern is your financial.
No,
the financial
wrong.
And personal ramifications.
No, it's that I literally cannot just nuke my entire channel. This has to be done in a process. Okay, and the next thing you said, apologize.
Transition to making left-wing content. You want to do it slowly.
No,
over
I'm
time.
not. This is what you think that I'm here to try to make this left-wing content, when that's not my goal. My intention here is to just share the way that my opinion has shifted.
I want to hear
and a lot of
what this process is, to be fair. I actually want to hear what the process is that he has to go through.
I have privated and deleted them, and not only that,
Mike should ask him what the process is exactly.
These videos, I have lost subscribers. A fuck ton, by the way, nearly 80,000. I've lost money, okay? And I've made videos where I debunk these old videos. Videos where I talked about liking Donald Trump, I've debunked that one. Videos where I criticized trans people, I've debunked that one. Videos where I said that that gay people were weird or whatever, I debunked that one. I went through and I have debunked this shit, okay? So not only have I privated these videos, and not only have I quote-unquote apologized for the videos, I have offered substantial responses and breakdowns of why those videos were wrong and why my opinions have shifted. So, 2 notes on your list, I feel I have accurately met those goals. Privating the videos, I'm still in the process of privating more. Like I said, it has to be done in a process, but if you want, we can pull up my social blade and see how many views I lost. Would you like to look at it?
I mean, we can look at your social blade if that is something you feel is useful. I'm not going to control your arguments. Bring them up. I think
you're starting to realize that you were wrong and that your attack was really uncharitable.
No, you're the one who's been attacking me uncharitably.
All right,
Didn't you make a hit video of me without talking to me about any of my positions? And
I'm supposed to hit you up before I make a video after you publicly attack someone for charity.
You should. You're like a roommate.
I wonder if did Mike from PA hit up Beau of the Fifth Column before he made his video?
Thing, bro, that's fucking.
It's just genuinely curious.
Okay,
genuinely, I actually don't know if that happened or not.
Hey, can you go back really quick and look at my social blade? I have a question. So the month of June 2019, where you're pulling these videos from, you can hold on.
June 2019, I said there was one that was November
you said
4th, 2019, which was after you said.
Can you please keep going through?
Turning Points event.
Can you please?
After you went to your Turning Points event, you posted a video attacking trans people. So everything I said is actually.
He admitted he did it. Okay, so this is just hypocritical then.
No,
he's just being hypocritical.
What you said.
USA people. Did you or did you not?
You are so post-hoc justifying a statement that you know is incorrect, my dude.
Is it right or is it wrong?
It's wrong.
Did you attack trans? So you didn't attack trans people.
I want you to open up my social blade, okay?
No, you don't pivot.
This is not a pivot. We were just on the social blade. You're the one that just pivoted.
After going to a Turning Points USA event that you were invited to because you were alt-right, did you or did you not attack
That's a lie.
People?
Poisoning the well right there. One, I was not alt-right. In fact, I was never really considered alt-right, even when I was pretty far-right. And
you were more just like, well, how would you describe it? Kind of like
I definitely associated
Gamergate
with people
would probably
that were
be
alt-right, and I
Gamergate. Call Sargon of Akkad alt-right?
Yeah, that's why I was arguing with him that entire conference. Another detail you left out, by the way, in your video on me.
About whether or not you guys were getting demonetized by tech.
And I was telling him he wasn't, and that it was a conservative victim mentality. I've literally still defend those statements. That was the beginning of my fallout with the right.
I agree with you with that.
Okay, great. So click my social blade now. I want you to look at something.
Did you link it to me?
Yeah, I put it down in the chat.
Dude, Mike from PA is floundering right now.
So click this,
dude, this is...
You'll see, go down to monthly gained video views. So first of all, you can see my sub growth.
Yes, I can see your sub growth.
You can see how great those grifter numbers are doing. All right. And then, yeah, you can go over here. You can see in June of 2019, I terminated...
hold on. What month did you pivot from the right?
When I came out as being...
so
more of a centrist.
Were these little dips or where he deletes videos or private stuff so he loses all the views?
March, I believe. Which you can see right before then, and before that also. In June of 2019, I deleted nearly 12 million channel views. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, that's more views than your entire Twitch channel has. Then, if you go over here to the month of December 2019,
the shade. Oh my god,
3.5 million views. Then, if you go over here to the month of July 2020, you can see I terminated another 2.8
Jesus Christ.
Views. So, you asked me to delete the videos. I have been doing that. Like I said, it's a process. You can see here that it's been still moving in a process. And actually, I've been gearing up to start to purge another batch of these videos. But nonetheless, most of these videos are not monetized.
That's the most. Okay, so you agree with me. You just want to do it the most advantageous way for your channel.
My dude, do you think if I was prioritizing my channel benefiting, do you think I would have ever?
Why are you answering the question with the questions? Yes, because I think the answer, right?
No, because I mean,
okay, then do it all now. But then it'll kill your channel, which means you're contradicting yourself.
So you want me to nuke my entire channel?
No, I think you should leave up all the positive videos that you have that you agree.
I would have to go back to those videos that you're pointing out to see if they have any fundamental disagreement that I still have.
The hard work of saying that you're leaving the alt-right is to go back and review all the damage you've done.
Mike,
and saying,
I've done this.
I've done all this
Stop
damage.
it. You're gatekeeping again. So here's what you're saying. No.
Let's. You what someone who is actually sorry
I don't care
for what they did would do. Like, come on, man.
Is it true that you used to be a former Republican?
Dude, this was before I was any kind of public figure.
So what? Is it true that you used to be a registered Republican?
Absolutely. People can change.
Are you serious?
What? I believe in changing. I believe in changing.
Interesting. Wait, you switched to being a Democrat just so you could run against the candidate that already BTFO'd your mom in the same race? Oof. That sounds really griftery, dude. Apparently you raised over 50K? Shit.
First of all, I raised over 100K. You should go
Holy fuck. This guy raised over 100K by just switching to being a Democrat. Sounds like something a grifter would do.
Do you know who I raised it from? You know who I raised it from?
Who?
That would be Planned Parenthood. That would be the AFL-CIO.
Holy shit. So you switched to the left and got a bunch of money and benefited from this and got some publicity?
Dumb motherfucker. That's the point. I actually did real work, campaigning with real people, had the support of real
I've heard your speech and I don't really need it. What you're doing right now is...
I wasn't in Turning Points USA doing cancerous shit. After Bernie Sanders had announced his second campaign, you were out there
I've seen your clips, man. I've seen you spreading your bullshit about Bernie and, he's going to win. And then you got really embarrassed when he didn't and everything else. But we don't need to talk about any of this right now because
were you even a supporter of Bernie Sanders?
When? In the this last time? No, I voted for Biden.
So you were never a supporter of Bernie Sanders, and you're
no, that's not true. No. I liked Bernie Sanders. I did, but
you liked Bernie Sanders,
yeah.
Right? Okay. You liked him in hindsight. Now that you're friends, are Bernie Sanders supporters.
I don't even know what to think
around right now, and what you're trying to do is
preach
to me, and it's not going to work. So let's get back to what we were talking about first of all. What you're trying to do.
So here's the thing about you,
Mike. No, I don't want your psychoanalyzing right now. You need to let me respond.
At bad faith attacks on people's character.
That's what you're doing right now, labeling me a former fascist. Give me a fucking break.
Now what? I mean that. Okay.
Yeah, that's what you former in quotes, because you're implying that I'm still a fascist. Okay,
I think you're more of an opportunist. I don't think that you're a fascist.
But is there any evidence for that? That's a huge claim.
I really want to get back to what
that
you're saying.
That is a huge claim to make about a person.
You're saying
that is a huge attack on the character.
No, yes, you are. You're saying unless you purge your channel of every single video all at once, this very instant, then it's just because you want your channel to benefit.
Why are you creating a straw man?
Is that not what you just said?
I never said purge everything.
We're grifting like Hunter.
Do it right now.
You
call me daddy. But what I said
Did he not just say this?
Daddy?
Okay, do you believe...
Hey, chat, can we get a clip, please?
Wait, why do you...
No, because I'm going to hold you to your words, because everything you tried to deny...
I gave you an example. I didn't stamp my feet and say, do it all right this moment. I asked you why you haven't done it, because you agree that they're harmful, right? Your old videos are harmful videos, right?
My harmful old videos I've largely removed. There are still some up that I'm going to be removing.
So everything that's up right now, you would say you agree with
No,
right now.
not everything. Stop. You're doing it again.
Are they harmful, or do you agree with them?
There are some content. There's still some content up that I agree would be harmful, that I don't agree with, that I'm in the process of still removing, Mike. That's what I'm saying.
So there are harmful videos that people are watching, right? Like some right-wingers are still watching some of your videos.
I don't know. I mean, I've go look at how many subscribers I've lost. Like I purged my audience from far right-wingers, and I'm now purging my audience of just like sometimes even regular right-wingers. Like, do you know how many people are calling me like a grifter, right-wing, or I'm sorry,
the last video I saw of Hunter's was Big Papa Fascist telling him that he was just going left-wing for the pussy or something, right? Like he has put himself in the firing line.
Incorrect. You just created a. I am not Vouch talking about Bush here. Okay.
First of all, I would like to just get back to what we were.
Left-wing pussy, apparently.
And
I went for the pussy.
I think Sargon of Akkad is a fascist.
Did you call me a fascist?
Did I call you a fascist? I don't know if I.
Here we go again. We're gonna keep on doing it.
I did or not.
Dude, you're so fucking disingenuous. No, you didn't.
If I call it, it's not disingenuous. I literally don't.
I tweeted this stuff out today. How does he not remember this stuff?
The wrong word.
He tweeted it out today.
Yes. Here's the tweet. Quote: former fascist with values to the right of Antonin Scalia.
Antonin?
You put former in quotes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did he just say Antonin Scalia? Wait, it does say Antonin Scalia. What the fuck? Okay, whatever.
Why did you delete that?
That I'm still a
tweet,
fascist?
By the way? Why did you delete the tweet about burning flags as cringe?
I clarified because for the same reason that I think that burning the flag is kind of cringy is the same reason that I deleted the tweet, because I think that the messaging can sometimes come across in a way that harms the potential to grow your movement. And in this case, as a public figure, I have a responsibility to make sure that my messaging is interpreted properly.
The flag, should that be illegal, or is it just
no? He never said that.
Criticize me right here. He's weak.
The thing is,
like every other right-winger online, you seem very...
That's what you do, isn't it?
He is saying he's to the right of Antonin Scalia because he's insinuating that he wanted to ban flag burning, but he never said that. If you asked Antonin Scalia never said, I love flag burning, let's burn all the flags. He just said that should not be unconstitutional, it is illegal, which Hunter probably agrees with. He just doesn't like it. Just same way Antonin Scalia does. So how is he to the right of Antonin Scalia?
That you don't like the use of my word cringe. Do you think that saying something's cringy is the same as advocating for something to be illegal?
No, I didn't say that.
So why did you say that I share the position? Hold on. In your video, you said I share the position with Donald Trump, and then played a clip of Donald Trump saying you should go to prison for burning the flag, something that I myself have criticized Donald Trump for.
Hunter is not letting his feet escape the fire.
First of all, that's not what I did. I explained.
Do we want to go back and look at the clip, since you're denying everything that you've done?
Go and watch the clip.
My God.
I was showing the context of why the difference between burning the flag and pledging of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance is done to every 5-year-old in American schools.
It's also really weird because then you went on to like
brainwashing. Why are you talking? It's disgusting and
Tore
brainwashing.
down
Force children to do the
leftist
organized allegiance. Everybody who's not an American looks at that and goes, "That's fucking weird."
All right, hold on 1 second.
But
It's a position.
Donald Trump is out there, and the Republican Party tried to get a constitutional amendment to
There's
make
no
it
way
illegal
he's
to
gonna.
burn the
Wait,
flag.
I don't know how he's gonna get him. I don't know how he's gonna get this conversation to stop for long enough for him to play this.
For burning the flag.
All right, I'm trying to watch the clip now, so can we hold on 1 second, please?
In a 5-4 decision, Antonin Scalia
All right, hold on.
sided with the liberals.
I know. I'm very glad about that. I've defended this multiple times. You're preaching to someone who already agrees with you, my friend.
Now you're out there saying burning the flag is cringe.
I think it's cringe too.
Because of who you are.
No.
What does that mean? Because of who you are? What does that mean?
Please, because you're just preaching to me, and I'm begging you to just shut up for a minute so I can watch the clip.
This is not
trying
these
to
are called
make
arguments.
leftist organizers and radical people marginalized among the left.
While I show my
Fuck you.
I'm gonna have to show my chat.
First time you've ever heard them.
No, I have to show my chat the clip here where you tried to compare my position to Donald Trump's. So do you want to hold on just 1 second? It's at the 6-minute mark of your video.
It's impossible for him to play this. Finally, okay.
And the other thing is, I got to tell you that this is a position that's shared with Donald Trump.
Wait. Are you playing?
This is a position that's shared with Donald Trump or by Donald Trump. That's what you said. That's the quote.
Hold on 1 second. Let me watch the clip.
Oh, now he has to go back and he's gonna reframe. Oh my god!
You've got such a delay on your stream, so it's really long.
I do have a delay on the stream. Yeah, my internet sucks.
This is a position that's shared.
This is like 3 times in a row he's caught him, man.
I'm gonna have to literally write down
you're
every.
Right. No. So first of all, Donald Trump doesn't think they're equally as cringy. Donald Trump thinks burning the flag is obviously should be illegal. So that's not a position. Now, the idea of
so are you admitting then that was a little bit of an unfair?
What I would say
comparison, because obviously me saying something's cringy isn't the same.
Okay, this should be an easy thing for Mike to say. Like, I'm sorry, I was wrong on that one. Just
okay.
And you agree with Donald Trump that burning the flag is bad, right?
Nothing.
I mean,
okay.
I think that
well,
no.
Never mind.
This is called a little bit of hyperbole, but go on.
Okay, so
hyperbole, but no, it was literally.
I don't know how much of my stream you saw, but I wrote out like a little explanation.
You just got a little bit of hyperbole to insinuate that somebody wants to ban flag burning because they just say I don't like how it tastes.
You got a lot of pushback and
no, this is another lie. I'm so glad you brought this up. Okay, great. Now I get to make you eat your words again.
I think you know what. I think a lot of furry stuff is cringe. I don't think it should be illegal. But if you can say that I hold the same position as somebody who wants to ban furries from existing, then I would find that very disingenuous.
Again, trying to poison the well.
You would defend their right to.
All right, hold on. Wait, stop, because you made a claim that was wrong again, and we're gonna keep on going through it. I don't care. All right, go to the 3-minute 12-second mark here from a video in June 22nd, 2020.
All right, hold on.
Where I say the same thing.
Oh. Better example would be League of Legends, where I call League of Legends cringy. I don't think it should be illegal, but God, I wish it was. To be honest, but bad comparison, because I do actually want to ban League of Legends. Terrible game. But hypothetically, let's say I didn't want to ban League of Legends. But I said it was cringe. That wouldn't be the same position as wanting to be banned.
Constitutional right, and people are allowed to do it.
Okay, this is good. I'm listening. Did you play it?
No, I sent it to you.
Oh, you sent it to me. Okay.
I'm waiting for you to watch it.
Okay, hold on.
Sorry,
what's the clip? Where is
I
it
sent it to you in your Discord DMs.
Okay.
It's the truth about Trump at 3 minutes.
Okay, 3 minutes.
Go or 3-minute 12 seconds.
I need to put this on a
As I watched this clip,
3
I
minutes
was
and 30 seconds. You said
no 3-minute 12 seconds.
12 seconds. Man, you really researched your old clips, huh?
I research my content when I know that I'm gonna get bad faith fucking actors.
Incredibly disappointed. I don't think burning the flag is appropriate. I think it's douchey and rude, and I think that the people who do it tend to be stupid little rat weasels. So I get it. I don't like burning the American flag, and I understand that there are a lot of people here that are trying to be patriotic, so they take offense when people burn the flag as well.
Okay. So
however,
hold on, keep watching it.
Did you play the clip? Did you play the clip on your stream?
Did you play it where I said it's the constitutional
It is
right?
your freedom of speech.
No.
It is your freedom of expression. It is your constitutional right to burn the American flag.
It is your constitutional right to burn the American flag. So
no. The point was that people that burn the flag are what?
Weasley?
No, you said
cringy.
Hold on.
Rat Weasley? Rat Weasel?
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, so I think that a lot of the times it kind of turns into a meaningless gesture that a lot of the times people don't understand. But that's not the point. The point here...
People that do it are Weasley little stupid little Weasley...
That's not the point, buddy. Stop, okay?
Tend to be stupid little rat weasels.
Why is he angry about calling people stupid little rat weasels, where in his tweet he was calling Hunter Avallone a snake? Why would this matter to him?
You're trying so hard right now, Mike, and I appreciate it. I do, okay? But listen... Your claim,
wait a minute.
just
so
stop.
So
Mike.
You do think burning the flag is stupid little rat weasels?
I wouldn't do it. I don't advocate for it.
Can you tweet that right now? People that burn the flag are stupid little rat weasels?
Hey, Mike, I know that you're like trying to like back me into something that looks optically bad because that's like all you care about or something. But hold on, this is what you claimed. Your claim was you switched your position when you got pushed back.
He is grasping at whatever goes in front of his face.
Exactly. Thank you. Great. You've conceded my point. Thank you. Your claim was, quote, you switched your position when you got pushed back. But from this video that you can see from last year, you can see that my position...
You did switch your position. I said go tweet that people that burn the flag are weaselly little rat weasels. Just take that quote from 3 minutes.
Wait,
and go tweet it right now.
Did you not make the claim that I switched my position when I got pushed back?
You changed your position, and now you tweet. So your former position was people that burn the flag are weaselly little rat weasels.
This is so pedantic.
No, it's a constitutional right, and that
he was saying it was just banter. Like, I don't like them. I think they're cringy. Is not that different than they're kind of like the little weasels or whatever. It's just all insults and banter. It's all the same position of it shouldn't be illegal, but I don't like doing it. It's all the same position.
That's not what you said. You said people burning the flag are weaselly little rat weasels.
That's not what I said in my tweet. I said they were cringy.
You changed your position. I mean,
So the claim was that I changed my position. I'm still defending the first position.
So he changed his position from rat weasels to cringe?
Are all that different. Second of all, you can go back.
Would you say it? Did you say right now that people that burn? Just say it. Just say
no,
people
it's
that burn
bothering me because you're not letting me get a word in. You're coming on here.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
What's a tiff, Mike? What's a tiff? Please tell me what a tiff is right now. You're doing the thing, okay?
Would you like to know? Dude,
I know what it is already.
Just say it. Just say it.
Wait.
Just say it. Just say it. Just say they're Weasley.
Do you think you look good in this? Do you think you look good in this conversation right now? Like trying to pressure me to say something? Is this how bad you want a concession from me? You recognize the reason you're trying to dwell on this subject is because you realize very, very clearly that the claim you just made has once again been proven false to your face. Your claim, and I have this written down because I know you're going to try to deny it, was, quote, you switched your position when you got pushed back. And by me demonstrating that this clip shows that I have the same position then that I tweeted now proves that I did not change.
And even if he thought rat weasel was different from cringe, then his position still isn't ban the American flag from being burned.
Properly articulated what I wanted to come the message that I wanted to convey. Sure, I'll read this to you right here that I wrote this out, okay? Leftists perceive the flag as representing the country as a whole, and oftentimes find a pledge focused on justice for all hypocritical when this country doesn't always fulfill those promises. This is a valid criticism, but burning the flag does not accurately communicate that criticism. When moderates see the flag being burned, they see it as an attack on liberty and justice for all, and in turn, you diminish the potential for growing your movement and appealing to a valuable voter bloc. Who could agree with you if you communicated your points better? Symbols are only as valuable as what they communicate, and if they are only communicating your point to your own group,
this is my booker for my show.
You need a new symbol. This is why ACAB is also a stupid slogan with a potentially valuable underlying message.
Could you say that again? ACAB is a stupid slogan?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you believe that, right? Don't you kind of agree?
No, not at all.
Oh,
not at all.
Are you sure about that?
ACAB, what I said about ACAB was that it's not probably the single best way of appealing to moderate voters, but I would absolutely agree with the content of what it says, which is that police officers exist in our society, and what function do they serve?
But I thought that you said to Destiny that you would never say ACAB.
That's not what I said. I mean, maybe
really. You never said that you wouldn't say ACAB because it doesn't.
Hunter, wait.
Back in
Hunter is moving from the defense to the offense.
And
have your positions changed in the last 2 years? Wait, are you admitting to being a grifter again?
There's a public position and a private position.
I'm going to send this over to you.
What is this?
So
I'm going to send this over to you real quick, okay?
Here's the problem with you, Hunter, is you're confused about what my position is. My position is not that you
I'm
can't
the one
change.
who's confused here. I got you. All right, I'm going to send this over to you really quickly.
Dude, you're not going to let me talk, so I need to mute you.
This is at the 24-minute
mark.
What
needs to happen? So what needs to happen is
I'm going to mute you now too because I need to show this clip first.
People can change. People can change.
Look, if he mutes Mike from PA, he'll run. I remember that. I had him on a roundtable once. I did it.
Are you saying you've changed from 2019 when you said that
muting him is risky business?
It would ostracize moderates who could otherwise be on your side, which is literally my position with both ACAB and burning the flag, which it sounds like you already admitted previously that you agree with me there.
No, absolutely not.
All right, so I sent you this at the 24-minute mark.
Absolutely not.
Okay, check it out.
So the difference is, I say that there are positions that you may or may not articulate to certain audiences depending upon the context. However, I absolutely agree with ACAB and the arguments behind it. And
just like I said, it was a valid
argument
criticism.
No, that's not what you said. You said some weaselly thing about how people have the right to do it, but it's bad to do it because of this reason.
No, I said that it's inappropriate. It has bad optics usually, but it's still a constitutional right. So we're going to go to
it depends. Okay,
who are you
to judge optics?
We're going to go to this. Oh, I know. Yeah, coming from the optics master himself. Okay. Tiff Lord Mike from PA. I know, buddy. I'm
gonna be honest. I don't think anybody on Twitch really is that good with optics. Our whole platform is bad with optics.
Okay, dude.
So
all the top political streamers.
I melt Snowflake shirt on right now. The optics master.
Yeah, you're a snowflake, dude. And guess what? There are right-wing snowflakes and left-wing snowflakes. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah. Look, Twitch has a generally bad optics situation, so I don't think any of us are good at this.
Constantly. Listen, I want you to. Can you please just click this clip, please?
No, we should hang out.
No, I'm afraid you would punch my couch. Okay, so click, please.
I'd punch something. No, so let me ask
Mike,
you.
I'm begging you.
Wait,
I'm on my knees.
What does
I'm
that
on my
mean?
hands and knees begging you to click this clip.
Wait,
no, you finish more.
Did he just say punch something? Did he just threaten? Okay, whatever. Oh, we muted him.
So Mike's saying
Mike's gonna run. There's no way Mike's gonna stay and wait.
I don't even know based on what you said. Like in a lot of places in the United States, yeah, of course I would agree with this for sure.
And that's but the ACAB thing, like you're saying, Mike, do you say ACAB? And I personally wouldn't, because I'm trying to get actual progressive politicians elected, and I recognize that for normies, ACAB is so world-shaking, mind-bending of a statement to make to them that they're going to rebel. And you know why that is? Because working as a police officer is one of the few remaining jobs.
We're still watching you make my point, but it's okay.
From like a poor or middle class background where they get a secure pay, they get benefits. So they probably know some police officers in their family or extended family. Cool. So if I come up to them and say, "Hey, white person, ACAB," I'm probably alienating people that I could win over.
That's all. Okay, we both agree then. We're both anti-ACAB.
Okay, but I'm not. So your claim was, if I went up to a white person and said, "Hey, ACAB," then I'm alienating people I could win over, which is the exact claim and justification for my initial tweet.
Okay, I know about the couch punching, but he said, Hunter Avallone said,
by the way, that the police system is corrupt and delivers.
I don't want you to punch a couch. And then Mike from PA said, I'd punch something if he came over to Hunter Avallone's house. I don't know. It sounded a little weird to me.
You stopped the clip so early because I go on to clarify why it's important to defend ACAB as a concept to people.
Oh, this is. That's right. Because I watched this where you were like trying to have both sides.
I want to go back. We'll go back and check it at the end of this. We'll go back and check it out.
Not anti-ACAB. Well, my point is that's a political strategy.
It's a political strategy.
It's important for you to go out there in your audience right here and go, instead of what you are doing, which is this is cringe. Let's attack the activists because that's where you made your bones, right?
What activists?
What you should be doing. What you should be doing is explaining to your audience, who care about politics, hopefully, that what ACAB represents is this, this, and this. So it's a surprising slogan. It's a slogan of the street. It's a slogan of activists. And it's going to surprise a lot of people who grew up in the propaganda that if you're in trouble, run to the cops. The cops are there to help you, especially white people from the suburbs who don't encounter police, who don't encounter police that much. If you're from the suburbs and you're white, you're treated differently than people inside the inner city. I'm not preaching. I know this.
You
may know this, but the audience exists.
My audience has heard me debate systemic racism repeatedly.
I have debated systemic racism.
But if you believe in systemic racism, then you should defend things like burning the flag and ACAB.
I do defend
because of
it.
what
Yes,
they
it's a right,
represent.
and it's people's
No, you say
right.
they're cringe. You say they're cringe. You
It's
say
cringy.
It's
I
right.
wouldn't do it, but it's still their right to do it. So coming from the guy that's saying I
But
can,
that's not-
you're
that-
saying
but that-
I
okay,
can
but
be
by
against
saying
ACAB
it's
and pro
cringe,
ACAB at
by
the same
saying-
time.
Wait,
but
you
I
don't
can
need to
cringe,
think
but
just
also
because you
I
believe
know
systematic
why
oppression doesn't mean you need to think that flag burning is the right thing to do. You can believe that a flag represents different things. It's a symbol. The symbols represent different things to different people.
First of all, this is a different context, which is November 2019, which is well before we've had these new movements, which I've supported Black Lives Matter for literal 5 fucking years. I was out there in the street for Black Lives Matter when it had 20%
cool
approval
virtue signal.
in the
That's
polls.
great. Meanwhile,
It's
you've
not a
probably
virtue
pushed more
signal.
people to the far right than like some of these right wingers with how fucking like despicable your behavior is.
That's a stretch. That's a stretch, Hunter.
I have a question for you.
You are literally a profiter off of attacking people, doing Kiwi Farms-esque content.
I don't care
That's
what
why you have
say,
the channel
Mike.
you
Your
have.
criticisms
That's the channel
are
you
meaningless
have,
to me, my dude.
But
It
they're
doesn't
true.
matter,
They
okay?
just so
Hey, I
happen
have
to
a
be
better
true,
question for you.
bro.
When you
They
talk
just so happen to
about,
be true.
so do you still agree that when it comes to these things like
You all
ACAB
saying
burning
it's
the
true
flag,
because
that,
you
like,
guys
it
just
doesn't matter
really hate
to
Mike from PA and you want it to be true. The idea that Mike from PA single-handedly has pushed like a lot of people to the far right, I think is, or if the idea that he pushed more people to the far right than more people he's made left-wing, I think is a ridiculous claim.
Not everything does.
You're right. Not everything
You
does.
gotta show me significant evidence of that if I'm gonna believe it.
Movements trying to raise awareness of racial injustice should.
Wait. So you, Hunter Avallone, fresh from Turning Points USA, is going to coach Black Lives Matter how they can appeal. You're the one to tell them.
No.
So the reason,
no,
the people that are on the street,
you're putting words in my
burning the
mouth
flag
again.
or saying ACAB or saying Black Lives Matter, they are being actively oppressed and disenfranchised in this society. So when somebody who understands that, like you claim to, encounters people burning the flag.
But guys, I wasn't gonna vote Trump, but then I watched a Mike from PA stream and it was inevitable.
They shouldn't do that. You should turn to your audience and say,
false. You put words in my mouth again. I never said they shouldn't do it. See how you can't make an argument without literally putting words in my mouth?
If something is cringe, what is cringe? Is cringe good? Is cringe good for the movement?
No.
Can you stop being a weasel and just admit that when you say something is cringe, you say it's another way of saying it's bad and shouldn't be done?
Wrong. That's no. If I say it's cringe, it doesn't mean that it shouldn't be done, and it certainly doesn't mean that it should be made illegal.
Things are good. Cringe things are good.
What I'm trying to point out to you, Mike, is the fact that when you say
you're actually saying they're good.
What I'm saying to you, Mike,
when you call someone cringe, they're actually saying that they're good.
Okay, gotcha. What I'm saying to you, Mike, is when you make these claims like, who cares if you say ACAB or burning the flag and if that alienates people, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? I'm telling you that that's a privileged perspective because, of course, I recognize that optics aren't everything. But if you want to garner a movement, you have to communicate those points well. And I think a great example of this is BLM. You see how now that BLM has this national attention because it appealed to moderates and got all of America listening.
Black Lives Matter
we're now seeing actual policy passed because of this.
That's wrong. Black Lives Matter was, in fact, extremely unpopular with white moderates. Extremely unpopular with white moderates.
I mean, nationally, though, they have moved the national conversation. And it's not even about...
But they didn't do it by appealing to white moderates. They did it by getting out on the streets and making demands and being visible.
And that movement caught the attention of many people. For once, we actually...
It wasn't because white people did it. It was because people of color led a multiracial movement on the street.
I'm saying that for the first time, there were moderates that actually were thinking about like systemic racism and having that conversation.
So the moderates did it. The moderates did it.
No, but I think that it's important to try and appeal to a...
This is completely like separated from the original claims that Mike from PA was claimed against Hunter Avallone. Now they're just having like a debate about the history of Black Lives Matter and the impact on popularity of the movement.
The privileged position is
the
one that says don't care about white opinion. That's privileged.
No, the privileged position is who cares about optics, even though by getting more national attention, which in part is done by having more or less decent optics, you shouldn't compromise principles for optics, but by having decent optics, that's how we see real material change for marginalized communities.
So what would you say
not
the
by
material
you
change
getting
was?
up on Twitter?
What would you say the material change is for the Black Lives Matter movement?
For example, Joe Biden and his infrastructure plan, I believe he's planning on investing billions of dollars in some of these black communities that have been otherwise harmed by, I think, previous racist policies.
The infrastructure plan, which one? The bipartisan one that hasn't passed or the reconciliation bill that hasn't passed?
Well, there was one that made it through so far.
In the future is the one that's caused the systemic change.
So
the hypothetical bill that may pass.
The bill bill that is literally talking about systemic racism because of movements like
one
BLM,
that didn't
right?
pass? The George Floyd
it
Justice and
hasn't
Policing
not
Act,
passed
which
yet.
has
I thought
not
it's still
passed?
going through. Is it still?
It hasn't passed.
It hasn't
stuck
passed
in the
yet,
Senate because
right?
they're going to filibuster it.
Okay, what I'm saying is that your perspective doesn't lead to actual change.
What about your perspective? It didn't achieve any change according to your
It's
metrics.
closer.
No
We
law
actually
was passed.
hold on. We actually have legislation and now an administration that's constantly trying to pass legislation to ameliorate some of these issues with systemic
Trying to
racism.
pass legislation
Yes,
is
that's
not
a
the
lot
same
better
thing
than
as
burning the
change.
American flag and your privileged ass advocating for it because who
You're-
cares what
listen
anyone
to
else
you.
thinks
Look at
about
you, dude.
this?
You're a white guy. Where do you live right now?
I'm not telling you shit. What are you trying to?
So you live in a white suburb. And you grew up in a white suburb, right?
Did you?
No.
Why are you trying to invalidate me because of where I grew up?
I grew up in military bases all over the world. I'm not from a white suburb. So wrong. Try again.
What?
I didn't say you were. You were the one that made
Yes,
that claim.
you did. You
What is
asked me all
this?
question. You said I was privileged, and I asked you, did you grow up in a white suburb? And you
Hunter, you were born with original sin. Repent. You grew up in a suburb. What is this?
Appealing to a broader audience is crucial for actually getting material change done. You don't
So
care about that. You care about LARPing to your audience.
There's a
and
lot
that's
of
why
people-
you've
Yeah, I grew
gone
up on a
back
military
on
base.
everything
have you
you've
ever
said.
read Martin Luther King's letter from the Birmingham jail?
All of the...
Have you read that before? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
What
but
does
this
he
isn't
say
the
in
same.
it?
He
What does
says
he
white
say in it?
moderates are
What-
bad. That's why we want to reach out
he
to those
doesn't say
people.
white moderates. No.
That's why we want to
He
reach
doesn't say
out to
white
those
moderates
people
are
and
bad.
try to get
He
them
said
on
that
your
he's
side,
come
Mike.
to the regrettable conclusion that the white moderate is a bigger stumbling block to progress.
So how do you get rid of the white moderate?
Klanner or the white citizens
How do you get
counselor.
rid of the white moderate? Please tell me.
And the guy who says to wait for a more convenient season and to quiet down.
Big alert. Big
So what do you
alert.
do with the white
Frustrating to
moderates?
talk-
I loved it when Martin Luther King used the term big alert. That was my favorite moment.
What do you
So
do?
the reason why I brought up that Martin Luther King quote for you, where he talks about how the white moderates are the bigger stumbling block to progress than the Ku Klux Klaner and the white citizens counselor, is because of exactly what's happening here. You are out there going, it's cringe to burn the flag. Don't. And the thing is, the energy for these movements is on the street. It's a multiracial movement. And the people burning the American flag and saying ACAB, it may not appeal as a politician. It may not be a great message to win national office. But if you are you're not a politician, you're an online influencer. So who the fuck are you? Why are you trying to police these people? You should be out there
I'm not trying
educating
to
more of
police
your white
everyone. I'm trying to
moderates.
talk to
should
you
be-
about your position and my position.
My
That's it.
position
You're the one
is
trying
very
to say
clear.
that I'm trying to
My
police other
position is
people.
very clear. You're the one calling it cringe. Now, when you call something cringe, you're going to back away and say, well, I don't actually mean to say that it's bad. I just mean to say that it's bad optics.
So
And
let me
people
look
used
here.
to say that when you were still a right winger. They were saying that about Black Lives Matter. Did you make any videos about Black Lives Matter?
Multiple, yep. And I made a video debunking my old video on Black Lives Matter that used to be anti-BLM.
So
I
you
made a
said
video
that
debunking
BLM was
one.
what? So could you explain to everybody what your arguments used to be about BLM?
No, I'm not going to
Why
do
not?
that because
Why not?
Because I've just looked up
Why are you
Joe
cowardly?
Biden's $2 trillion infrastructure plan, and it does have a lot of interesting
It
intention on
Do you
trying to
understand that a
solve
plan
raci-
is not a law, right?
Do you realize that a plan is a lot closer from our current president
Bernie Sanders
in
had a
our
lot
legislation,
of plans too.
right?
That doesn't
You
mean
realize-
that they're reality.
But you realize that that's a lot closer than whatever the fuck you're advocating for. So
It's a
I'm
lot
not
closer in
advocating.
the
I just
sense
want to
that
make this
both
very
are
clear.
dead in
Like I'm not.
Congress right now.
I just want to make this very clear. Like I'm not advocating for respectability politics. I'm advocating for electability politics. And I think that sometimes you have to make compromises. If
Correction,
you
Mike from
yourself
PA
brought up,
surprisingly is it perverting MLK? No shit. 'cause
you
I know
yourself
what I'm
brought up
talking about, unlike your
MLK
boy
talking.
here.
Hold on. You yourself brought up MLK talking about the white moderate. Now I agree. The white moderate, the person that doesn't think there's these big issues to talk about, they're annoying. They can be a disservice. So you have to reach those
So this is
people.
Okay, so
You
this
have to
is- this
reach
is
those people,
disgusting.
Mike.
This is disgusting stuff because Black Lives Matter, when you were attacking it, was saying the same stuff they're saying now, and the difference was people rose up because they saw things like the George Floyd murder, and that
After
was
that-
that was a one thing too far, and they didn't come out, and it didn't cause people to come out on the streets because they stopped suddenly saying ACAB or they stopped saying defund the police. By the way, it was a movement, defund the police or abolish the police, that rose up during the George Floyd protest, during the Black Lives Matter protest.
Okay, so I have a question then.
Swung toward them, even though they were more radical than they were when they started.
But this
back in Ferguson.
I don't understand because
that's what actually happened. People, because of the protest movements on the street and the people demanding change, that resulted in people having to confront. And through the example of the George Floyd murder, white people were forced to confront the oppressive policing institutions, and they started to change their opinion about what Black Lives Matter meant. They thought, like you did when you were a right-winger, that Black Lives Matter was just, I don't know, what did you say? They were race hustlers or something like that? Is that about right? There were people just trying to divide the country.
You can go look at my video where I debunk it if you'd like, because I go through and give a constructive debunking of that old
Why
position.
won't you just say, I used to hold this position so we could have a conversation? Why do you have to hide the ball about what your old position was?
I'm not trying to hide the ball. I've been very open.
The problem is Mike from PA misrepresented a lot of the stuff that happened originally at the start of this video, and now the well is super poisoned, man.
To me, but I'm glad that you're doing it.
Anything that Hunter gives him is going to be just stretched to the ends of the earth to make points against him.
So what I'm wondering though is when you
be a cancer on the internet, when you fully deleted all your shit videos.
These statements that you've made though about like ACAB and everything else, like it sounds completely contradictory to what you said to Destiny on November 21st. 2019.
That's not all
you said I wouldn't say it because it'll reach.
Why are you so dense?
Because you said that you wouldn't say ACAB because it might alienate people that could be valuable to your movement.
I wouldn't, as a politician, say ACAB, and no politician are saying that.
I just want to be clear. The reason why they've moved on from the major claims made against Hunter Avallone with grifting, or that he was being transphobic in the 2019 speech, or this video or that video being this, like the video we talked about from 11 months ago, is because basically it seemed like Mike from PA didn't do a ton of actual research when it comes to what happened at 2019 speech, what that video from 11 months ago represented. Or really the history of Hunter Avallone generally. And so they've moved on to talking about this because there's not more to really discuss there because it's over. Or the flag burning comments on Twitter, which was completely disingenuous. So now they've moved on to this because there's nothing left to discuss when it comes to that. Hunter was just, right, overwhelmingly.
They have a different voice.
I don't care
Martin
about
Luther
any
King
of this.
Jr. and Malcolm X had a different voice than LBJ. Do you acknowledge that?
Sure. But this is such a massive pivot from like anything.
This is not a pivot. This is basic sociology, basic movement organizing.
I guess I'm just wondering why you want to talk about my old views.
By the way,
so much.
do you disagree?
Do
you disagree with? Wait, hold on. I just made an argument, and you just gave in. You just folded without dealing with what I said. Do you agree that there is a different role between activists, organizers, movement leaders, and politicians?
You mean he agreed with you? What do you mean he gave in? He agreed with you? Why do you got to frame it like that?
Of course.
Okay, so great. Now it sounds like you.
So you're saying that? Wait a minute. So
Martin Luther King Jr. It doesn't matter.
So in your opinion, Martin Luther King Jr. was damaging to the civil rights movement?
No.
Can I get you to
say that? Wait. What the fuck is this? No, you're not going to get me to say that, Mike.
He was very
and for someone to claim, for you to claim that I am being bad faith in this debate, to try to get me to say I don't like MLK.
What was Martin Luther King Jr.'s? What was Martin Luther King Jr.'s approval rating from white people?
I don't know.
At the time.
And I also don't care.
Oh, wait,
you yourself have already... I know that it was low. I know it was low, Mike. But I'm not here for a history lesson from renowned genius Mike from PA.
You need a history
I'm here to try and talk to you about the claims that...
Because you're not understanding.
I'm not letting you get away with this gish-galloping bullshit.
This is not
I want you to come back to the topic.
I'm comparing the Black Lives Matter movement with the civil rights movement. And Martin Luther King Jr., who we revere as a beloved figure now, was unpopular by white people in the past.
I know that. I recognize that. That
so
doesn't take away from my
shit as the white moderates that did during the civil rights
doesn't
act.
take away the overall point that it's important for making...
You can acknowledge that messages can start out rough because people don't agree with them, and then through time and through sacrifice and through hard work, you translate a message effectively through the community, through activism, and it delivers to people. But some messages are so poorly packaged that if you hand them to people, no matter how many times, it's not going to deliver. And a message like "all cops are bastards" is so poorly packaged, and you can package it in so many other more effective ways on the street and organizing, that it just... I don't see why exactly somebody saying I don't use that slogan because I don't think it's packaged in the correct way for how way I want to communicate to people. It's such a ridiculous statement to do. The statement to say the same thing with flag burning.
Critical race theory.
There's an there's an entirely better way to go about that. And that's all my point. And you're trying to back me into a corner to say that I don't like MLK. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Obviously, you optically know that would be bad. But your position, as stated now, is very similar to the white moderates that Martin Luther King Jr. argued with during the Civil Rights Movement. I urge your community to go...
Could you imagine? Okay, let's say that Martin Luther King, instead of his famous, like, I have a dream speech, just went up there and said, these fucking crackers are crazy. He just went off like that, right? Now, would he be wrong? No. He wouldn't technically be wrong if he said that, because, you know, they do be acting crazy during that age. But he could have delivered that message of police brutality, racism, and the need to come together a lot better and more effectively with his original speech than that. And it makes sense that a man in his position didn't make the crackers are crazy speech instead.
The thing that people ask is why? Why is that person burning an American flag? There are chuds, you're right, and you are in touch with how chuds feel, who they don't have a mental process. They don't go through the part of using their brain. They just have an emotional reaction.
So do you think there's ever a time that burning the American flag could be cringy?
No.
What if someone's burning the American flag and then they go up, someone goes up and they're like, hey, why are you burning the American flag? And they're like, I don't know. I just wanted to.
I think that's a fucking based reason. Good.
Okay, gotcha.
A better reason would be the millions of people that we've killed wantonly around the world, or the fact that we have the highest prison population, or the fact, I mean, there are a million other problems with the United States of America.
But do you think it's possible that maybe someone who isn't quite as like terminally online as you are might like see when the flag is being burned and they might interpret that as meaning something differently?
Wait, you're accusing others of being terminally online? That's your entire life, bro. That's your entire life. See, terminally online,
I asked a different question, and now you're not actually answering the question. Wait. No, earlier you were giving me a hard time for not answering the question.
Which question was that? I answered it. I said there's no time when I would find burning the flag in and of itself to be cringy.
That
I'm asking if you think there are ever people who might win if they were artists.
What if someone went up there and was like, I'm burning the flag because I believe America sucks because it's not full of only white people. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios where burning the American flag would be a lot more cringy than you think it is. I mean, there's no situation.
That is a different role.
What does he mean?
There's different roles in these movements. I don't think
I assume he means that there's no situation in the pursuance of left-wing values that burning the American flag could be cringy. But I just like the statement "no situation" just like hit me weird.
Because I know you're brain dead. You can't hold a sentence or two
Stop
in your
muting.
head. But
never.
Let me help you. The answer to that is,
by the way, that's not very good of good
first
leftist
of all, you used. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't you? I thought you said that I had a mental disorder earlier. I thought you were.
I'm sorry.
Okay
I thought that we're holding
sorry.
you as the almighty gatekeeping leftist at a higher standard. So
honestly, I'm okay with calling certain people brain dead. I don't get offended by that. You can cancel.
So you're okay with ableism directed at people you don't like?
No, ableism is bad.
Damn, that doesn't really sound like a very good lefty take.
I think brain
here we
dead
go.
Okay.
Just pull the purity testing lever.
That doesn't sound like a very good.
And this, by the way, you're posturing towards canceling because you can't actually contend with what I'm saying. Please. I know if you try.
It's because you're falling on deaf ears. Like
if you're really
the last person that's going to change my mind on this issue is someone like you, Mike. Someone who has been so incredible.
You just declared yourself bad faith. That's a statement of bad faith.
No,
that's a statement that says you're emotional.
Do you think that you've been bad faith in this conversation at all?
Not at all.
You don't think denying that you called me a fascist when you literally blatantly said it on Twitter?
I said former fascist because you were formerly alt-right.
Wasn't former in quotes?
Yeah, former.
So what is that supposed to mean? Former. Isn't it implying
because
that I still am?
Because the first thing you do is you're going
kind of
around.
The not real part.
Exactly exactly what I'm talking to you about right now. When you're going around saying,
"Oh God,
burning the flag is
now a streamer."
You are famous, fame that you do have, because you made cringe videos about feminists. Fat.
By the way, somebody else is covering me right now, so after this, we're gonna have to move over to that and cover the. God, man.
You made a bunch of cringe compilations of those people.
I'm wondering why.
Isn't that what you did? Isn't that your background?
I'm sorry, Mike.
Can you say yes or no? That was I reject it, but yes, that was me.
I mean, yeah. At one point, I made right-wing content that I've heavily denounced and debunked on my channel repeatedly. What do you want from me?
So you're doing the same. So you're calling people that burn the flag cringe, which is in line with what you used to do.
That's
so. I pointed out that you're doing the same thing you used to do, but saying I'm reformed now. You can't say I'm alt-right.
So
even
here's
though I'm
the
doing
problem.
the same shit I did before.
I think here's where we're having like a fundamental disagreement here. Is that you want to kind of talk about the initial like argument, but I'm having a hard time even getting to the meat of the actual point, because I think that you are like a complete weasel, scumfuck liar who has
never lied about you once.
Who has lied about me repeatedly.
I just proved that you were attacking trans people after you went to that Turning Points event.
My dude, you pulled up one video that you didn't even watch where I supported puberty blockers when your claim
well, no. You said the left is pushing irreversible transgender reassignment for children.
If I'm not mistaken,
a right-wing narrative.
Things I was talking about was actually something irreversible that happened, but I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and look. But I guess we can go back and
right. You're actually right about your attacks on trans people. Is what you're going to be your position, right?
Let's
go back and remake that video.
I'm going to go back to your video now and see if you know, if
no,
you're
but I
telling
think,
me the
I
truth
think at
right
the
now.
end of the day,
because I'm pretty sure you also called me a fascist in this video.
Why are we pivoting away from what we were talking about, which you were saying that burning the flag is cringe, and I said that was something a right-winger would say.
And I'm telling you...
That's not what he said. He didn't say that's something a right-winger would say. He said that this is a position that Donald Trump agrees with, where Donald Trump's position wasn't ever that burning the flag is cringe, omega lol. It's his position is it should be illegal. And then you played a clip where Trump said it should be illegal and people should go to prison for it.
Said that you were going to Turning Point events and criticizing transgender people.
Teenager brain space,
which you were. You were criticizing transgender people, and you were going to Turning Points USA events in 2019.
Equally as cringy as
so you can't. All those elements are true. You were going to Turning Points events.
I'm not really listening to you right now.
People, making fun of trans people, and it was 2019. Those are the facts about your life, and those will always be the facts.
Let me tell you something.
Always, forever and ever. You are Hunter Avallone, the guy who attacked trans people in 2019.
Okay, that was
I think
very
part
cute,
of you,
impassioned speech. I'm sure your audience right now, full of dipshits, is loving it right now. I'm sure they're eating it all up.
Now,
yeah, Mike, moral Mike,
he's
so great. Oh my God,
it doesn't mean you can't change.
Oh wow.
It doesn't mean that you can't change. It doesn't mean that you can't be better.
The thing is I'm staying on one point, and you're trying to.
Don't tell that I'm
trying to stay on one point, and you're trying to.
Oh, it's pretty bad faith. You didn't tell the truth. You didn't tell the truth about 2019. You didn't tell the truth about a position on the American flag. You didn't tell the truth a single time about him.
That's the truth about you.
Sir, you are.
That's great. Okay, hold on.
Bringing 2 speakers to campus.
I want to try to find where you said that I was criticizing trans people in the speech, because this is important to me, right? Because, well, hold on. Let's find the clip first.
So anyway, Hunter.
Hold on, wait, please.
Hold on. Here's what I'm gonna do.
I know you don't.
I know we're impassioned right now. You don't like me. You think it's gonna play well with Vash's audience. That's your hope for. That's hopes for YouTube relevance again.
No.
I want to reach out to you and say, you know what? Let's leave this all aside.
No.
I'm hurt that you would attack me. You're hurt that I would attack you now. You did attack me first. That's fine. I'm willing to leave that aside.
There it is.
And say, I think in your heart of hearts, you're a good guy.
Well, thanks.
And you were led astray. I think in your heart of hearts, you were a good guy. You were led astray.
Oh.
And you're trying to figure out the world, and you're doing it publicly. And I give you credit for that. I actually don't want to cancel you. I don't want to chase you off the internet.
Really?
I don't want to call you
me
a
professional grifter and call me a former, quote, fascist, and then imply heavily that I was criticizing trans people at my Penn
Can't call somebody a grifter and then also say at the heart of hearts a good guy.
You didn't criticize people at the Penn State
You're doing it
speech.
again. You're doing the thing where you suck up to the person.
I'm not sucking up to you. What I'm doing
You're sucking up to me right now. I don't like it.
I'm trying to. This is called a rapprochement, where I'm trying to tell you that you can divert course from what's going on right now. I'm willing to help you change and say that you are not a bad guy. But if you're going to go out there and just throw out attacks against people, you can't be surprised when they're like, why is this guy?
I didn't even make an attack against people with my tweet.
You absolutely did make attacks against me and people who burn the flag, which is associated with left-wing activists.
I'm going to try to pull up.
By the way, this little
and you're so concerned with narcissistic injury right now.
I'm not concerned
you're worried
with anything.
I am bad, that I'm making you, that I'm saying that you're a fascist, that I'm lying about this, and you're nitpicking one thing when you know you were still alt-right at this point. When you were going to Turning Point, you disagreed with the thing about the unfair censorship.
My dude, I talked with Vosh at the end of the year, I think it was the beginning of 2020, where I explicitly said how like I was really uncomfortable with how many like alt-righters seem to be in my audience, and I was purging my audience of that. That was the beginning of that. For you to claim that I was alt-right when I was still going to the TV USA events,
but you were still making the same content for 6 more months.
It's
maybe
bullshit,
you talked about,
my dude.
Maybe you start to have internal conflict.
When he was literally a teenager.
And I understand that.
He
maybe
started making his videos publicly as a content was the same shit, right? Like, come on. Wasn't your public content mostly the same stuff?
The reason that I'm so intent
just answer the question. Don't ignore the question.
I am going to ignore it because I wasn't really listening because I was still grazing through this clip, because everything that you've said about me, when I ask you if you've said it, you deny it, and then I have to go find the clip to prove that you actually did say it. So the reason that I'm so obsessed, I guess, if you will, with finding out that, you know, you're lying to me and my audience here when you say you didn't say these things, is that I think it shows what kind of little research you put into your videos. You know, if you jump up on your high horse and LARP in front of your dipshit audience, that you can get a bunch of cheap brownie points. Yeah, you know that you can get a bunch of cheap brownie points when if you had so much as typed
substantive.
If
everything
you
I've said is substantive.
I know that's what you think, dude. But if you had so much
about the letter from the Birmingham jail, all you've done is insulted me. You just insulted me the whole time.
If you had so much,
I'm never going to listen to somebody like you. You're cringe. What's the tip?
I didn't even call you cringe.
That is actually.
And I still want to know what a tip is. But if you had gone and actually searched my name, Hunter Avallone, you would see the first article that comes up.
I want to teach you. I want to teach you what a tiff is, because it's about politics. Which
I already know what I looked it up after the thing. Okay, and I looked up sewer socialism too. So shout out to that one too.
That's good. I'm glad. And do you understand why that was relevant to why you wouldn't vote for a neoliberal candidate in a primary?
I would always choose what would actually get something done or move closer to our goal than what you do, which is LARPy bullshit.
The guy who finished fifth out of fifth. By the way, I've elected more people to local and federal offices and statewide offices than Vaush.
Okay, so if you had so much as typed my name
you called me a LARPer. You're a fucking Turning Points guy. I've actually got people elected to offices.
Hold on, wait. So I'd like to actually address that.
I'm sorry. You were just one of their content creators that the right-wing billionaires highlighted.
Okay.
And the Penn State.
This is a lie.
Turning Point chapter brought you in because they thought of you as a right-winger. That is what. So you
this was the TP. Hold on. This was
they didn't know. They thought you were just going to do the same right-wing.
So this was a TP. Hold on. This was a TP USA like chapter. Okay, so I was not affiliated with Turning Point USA in the sense that I was not being paid by them.
Were you paid? Were you paid for the speech?
No, I was not.
Okay, so they just
and you know what? In fact, there was. I don't know.
Was Carl paid?
I don't know.
He came over from the UK, so they probably paid for his flight stuff, right?
I don't know. But I do know this, that at one point I was paid from another place, PragerU, to make a video that was incorrect information about
So
So you know what I did is, one, I took down that video, and two, I donated that money to a pro...
Is it still on PragerU? Can I go find it? Like, can we watch it?
I don't think so. No, because I was paid according to the views it got from my Instagram. So I took the money that I made.
It wasn't a PragerU video, but you were paid by PragerU.
I was paid by PragerU, and it was like a shout out for PragerU and shit.
How many like is there like a big network of this is something that you actually might be useful for you to do, is like exposing this stuff. Like,
well, so I'm trying to explain how when I did actually profit, I then donated that money. So I donated that money to a pro LGBT cause, right? Because I realized that it would be wrong for me to try and make money.
Which one? Did you like post a receipt or anything online?
Yeah, I did.
I
I put it in the name of another guy who was calling me out for it. So, yeah, I can try to find the receipt in my email if you want.
No, I mean, listen, I believe you. I'm not trying to say that you're lying here.
Okay,
I just think that you coming at me with like all this hostility when you were the aggressor.
What's a tiff?
In this relationship.
You know what socialism is?
What's a tiff? Okay.
I called you out for what I thought was a pretty
disingenuous... I never once attacked Vaush. I never said his name. I never said his fundraiser was bad. Gotcha. I was specifically
just like you never called me a former nationalist. By the way, just like you never said that I was speaking at the thing about trans people.
There's no clip of me. But you and a bunch of other Vaush hangers-on tried to associate what I was saying as if it was some big attack on Vaush, when I was specifically talking about something that I find creepy. And other content creators have called out, which is charities
This is so far removed
streamers.
from the conversation that I just don't care.
But this is the context. You launched attacks that were bad faith lies about me, including doing a cringe compilation where you lied about my relationship with somebody else.
I didn't make that cringe compilation. That was someone else's cringe
but you
compilation.
played it. You put it at the beginning. Why did you do it? To poison the well, right?
Because I thought it was funny when you went up and
this
you were like,
this is no longer.
Wait. You poisoned the well.
This is no longer around the original claims. Now this is all based in the extended MCU type universe of Mike from PA's past and Hunter's past. It's no longer about the flag burning posts on Twitter. No longer about the speech. Any of this.
You put it up there to poison the
No
well.
longer if he's a fascist or former fascist or a grifter.
former fascist.
There we go. Bring it back around.
You called me former.
No, it isn't by his own admission. He specifically said he didn't think he was a fascist. He thought he was far right.
Whatever. Because I want to end this conversation, but I know if I do, you're going to accuse me of rage quitting out or something.
Well, no. See, I'm trying to have you do one substantive point. One. But it's all about your narcissistic injury, whether you feel like I called you a former fascist, but you admitted you were alt-right.
Of course I've admitted that. Of course I have. Duh.
And then you said, well, Mike, I didn't
now.
attack trans people at that event, but I did attack trans people the next week. But
I never conceded that I attacked trans people. That's a lie, too. You said 2 different times that I attacked trans people.
What is this video? I just pulled it up.
I'm going to go find this clip.
What is this video? Teenager brain space. What about
I'm going to go find where you made this clip. It's not about the video, Mike.
You think it? No. A video attacking trans people after
this is called
hanging out with Turning Point.
2. This is called post hoc justifying because you made the claim both on Twitter and in your video that I attacked trans people at the event. When had you done research, you wouldn't be in this tough situation now where you're stuck trying to post hoc justify, looking really Weasley in bad faith to everyone watching.
You see, here's the thing: you're just doing ad hominems because this is a joke. Because you know I'm right. You did attack trans people. After your Turning Point shit.
If you had said he spoke at Turning TPUSA, then attacked trans people.
Videos 11 months ago.
That's not true. 11 months ago, I was debunking those right-wing videos, so that's another lie. I can't even have a conversation with a guy that's so fucking disingenuous at this point.
Dude, you're calling disingenuous because you know it's a fact.
No, I'm calling it disingenuous because you won.
Shit right here. I'm looking at it.
Hold on, because this entire time, one, you're trying to find some kind of a flaw so that you can gatekeep and purity check. 2, you're claiming that
You played the clip. You play it again. You said feminist comedy is like gay Muslim rights. They don't go together.
I said it's like Islam and gay rights. And then did you see what I said to respond to that clip?
That's from 11 months ago.
Yeah.
You said
I recognize that.
Okay, framing it as Muslim rights and gay rights don't go together is very different than a religion and gay rights going together. I still don't like the statement, but again, it's always the most disingenuous framing in this conversation.
Can you explain the joke?
Yeah, the joke. Sure, the joke was that generally speaking, in Muslim countries, gay people aren't usually treated very well. Now, in hindsight, would I have made that joke? No. Would I make a joke like that today?
You didn't say Muslim countries. You said Islam.
I know. Would I make that joke like
today? You didn't say Muslim countries, so you're lying.
So now it's really important what every intricate word is. Oh my God. I'm explaining what it is. Islam and gay rights. The reason I was getting at that is because... So do you recognize that I can explain the joke, but at the same time recognize now that, yeah, that wasn't a good joke to make? And
when I say that you were within a year,
you're not letting me respond.
Shit.
You're not even making...
Yeah, I
that wasn't a right-wing video, now, first of all. I would have to... The video where I was...
Wait, doing a cringe compilation of feminists is not a right-wing video?
I'm pretty sure it was in that video where I talked about the difference of pop feminism and genuine feminism. But again, I'd have to go back and look at...
And what world are you living in? Wait, what do you think feminism is?
Why are you unable to let me actually talk? You keep saying I haven't made a point, but every time I try to talk, you don't let me talk. So that joke that I made was wrong. And I think that it's bad because it leads to negative outcomes. I think that Muslims are already a marginalized group, and jokes like that literally do play into harmful narratives. So in hindsight, would I make a joke like that? No. Do I think that joke was wrong? Yes. Is it also factually incorrect considering that most Muslims in America at least tend to be more progressive? Also yes. So there you go. Changing your mind, and like you just said, apparently you have a lot of you have a lot of respect for me because I've changed my mind publicly or whatever.
Well, I don't have a lot of respect.
Going through the process of changing your Going through the process of changing your positions and your opinions, sometimes it's gonna look like that. A process. Sometimes there are going to be certain jokes or voices I make that I don't agree with at this point, and vice versa. It just seems really disingenuous of you, someone who has already claimed to Destiny that you're not for cancel culture, to try and dig up these old things from my past to try and hold me to them, and then be like, look, you haven't changed. You're still a former fascist or whatever.
I'm not for cancel culture. But when I see you tweet, oh, I need clips from Destiny debates 2 years ago so I can try to.
This is gonna be a painful week of me debating the Bad Bunny stuff, me reacting to stuff like this, me talking to other people, reacting to more people, talking about the Bad Bunny stuff, being like, oh great, let's talk next week. It's just gonna be talking to people who think people digging up my suicide attempts against me is perfectly reasonable. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be a great week.
5 viewers.
Oh, okay. What? Well, okay. I didn't know. I just thought, for if anything, it would make sense, considering, like, you know, you kind of want to virtue signal for your audience. But
I don't need the virtue. And this is, by the way, your right-wing talking points. Here you are again, virtue signaling.
You've been posturing this entire time. You try to hold me to like every single word I've said. You've denied saying things that we have tweets of you saying. Like, come on, dude. This is a joke. All right.
No.
At the end of the day, it's just I think that we have some unreconcilable differences.
What are those unreconcilable differences? What are those unreconcilable?
Yeah, you're a bad faith weasel fuck. And you're someone that never delivers any positive criticism.
You're a liar.
Everything you've said has been false. If it comes out of your mouth, I think it just becomes
so the poll just finished in chat, and the next on the MikePA tour, Rob Noor won with 67% of the vote. That is a conversation I feel that would be too nuclear to watch.
Little bitch.
No, I don't want to hear him up yet. I want to hear him insult me.
Who hides when I said you went to a Turning Points USA and you were attacking trans people, and you went to Turning Points USA, you attacked trans people within the week.
Teenager.
That's why Hunter Avallone did so well, because he was.
All right, he's muted. I'm gonna go find this clip, and then I'm not gonna unmute him until I find it, because
oh god, they're still going. I thought they were wrapping it up. Okay, let's actually wrap it up now.
Making his videos literally as a teenager. That's why Hunter Avallone did so well, because he was in the teenager binge.
He's still going.
Or abolish American flag is not the most effective means to cringe in the teenager brains. He was literally a teenager, suburban. And the other thing is, I gotta tell you,
bring it up over here again, maybe.
I gotta give MikeFromPA credit. Last time I was in a room with him where he was muted, I muted him because of like the rules of the hippy dippy not championship roundtable, and he left and then came back. Yeah, he didn't leave while getting muted any of these times, or this time he hasn't He hasn't left yet. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Change.
That my speech at Penn State was on some attack on trans people, which is just
so focused
so
on this
untrue.
Point. So you're saying
because it shows what little
it's implied, but you did do it, Hunter.
Because it shows what little research you do. It shows what little research you do before you actually like even talk about these segments.
The research is right. You published a video claiming that the left is pushing for irreversible transitions among trans people as children. It's still up on your channel.
We already went over
a week after. So
it doesn't matter.
But this is
even
true.
if that video, hold on,
That's
you realize that
true.
even if that video was actually anti-trans, then your statement would still be incorrect.
You attack trans people, and we're hanging out with Turning Point USA, and now you're out there telling people that they're cringe if they burn the flag. That's your MO. Is the same shit you used to do when you were attacking trans people, and videos you still profit from. Right now, Mr. I'm a sock dem. Well, I'm not a sock dem. I'm a liberal. What's your position?
I'm doodling on my desk.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Right
I don't think we're gonna have this conversation anymore, considering that you are now denying.
The end of the day is when you get a politics, when you can actually articulate your views.
Alpha Mike, hit me up with the lesson.
Why don't you articulate your views? What are they again?
Hit me up with the lesson.
Alpha
Mike.
You don't know what your own views are. Okay. Hey, Hunter, what are your views? What are your views, Hunter?
I don't know, but they're definitely higher than yours, bitch.
What? Oh, God.
Right.
What a
God.
What a productive conversation. What a productive conversation.
That was a headache.
Watch
the video with him. We just did. It's falling on deaf ears. It's not gonna.
What a productive conversation. The left wing has achieved another victory in the realm of ideas.
That was really a shit show.
You think?
Oh, shit.